Bring up the screen. And here we go. Back to the live streaming. I think I got the system working now. Hopefully. Let me close that window in a second, Grace, but I may not. Let's see. We'll just try and talk over the, what should we call it? All right. So I didn't write this live. I wrote this when I woke up. Well, not immediately. And I woke up and got my shit together. So now I'll read this part out live, and then I'll just continue with the editing by using more stuff from my site that seems to fit. Or I might as well throw it all together anyways. What difference does it make? Grace. Anyway, I'm delaying. Not like anyone's going to be watching, but that's fine. Actually, I'm going to connect my phone just to make sure this thing's working. Just give me a second, Grace, if you don't mind. If you do mind, I'm not sure what I can do about that. All right. I think, let's see. I'm just checking the delay, Grace. Good enough. All right, are you ready? The grand unveiling. All right. The Comedy Cult, Part 8. Present day, Day 2. David wakes up inside. His mind is awake, body asleep. He's not in sleep paralysis. He can move, but it feels wrong, like you'd wake up Grace if you moved. He doesn't have to think about her, the last time he saw her, what he'll say if he sees her again. Dave, hoping for no answer. Grace. I really wish I could do a female voice, Grace. Because then I wouldn't have to see Grace and David all the time, which gets boring after about 10 seconds. So, I can't do a female voice yet. You'll just have to do it yourself, Grace. Yes, David. Still here? You know I have no choice. See, that's horrible. Horrible. You know I have no choice. I think you do. Technically, yes, but realistically, no. Sorry. It's okay. Are you sleeping? I'm lying in bed like you are, David. Have I ruined your life? To be determined, David, but I'd say no. Made it more interesting, yes. Let me guess. Let me guess. You can't tell me how, and you can't tell me anything about you or the situation or anything. Sorry, Grace. Missed some commas there. Let me guess. You can't tell me how. You can't tell me anything new about you or our situation or anything. Question, Grace. I'm sorry, David. Soon. You said that for months. I understand. I'm doing my best. David waits. I have a limit, Grace. I understand. I need action, not understanding. I'm doing my best, David. Can you tell me one thing I don't already know? Maybe, but the problem is, what do you remember of our past conversations? Depends on the moment. If I'm writing, quite a bit. Otherwise, I try not to think about it. What is your burning question? Besides, when are you coming to save me? It's not a reasonable request under the circumstances. More than reasonable, but the one question I can't answer, and you know why. We can't plan a meeting through this alien technology. First, you don't want a meeting with me. You want me to live with you the next time I see you, correct? And don't put alien in quotes. You know it's the only explanation that makes sense. Maybe it's a secret society and not aliens. And what difference would that make? No spaceship. And the rest of this experience? Exactly the same. You don't have to live together the first day, Grace. Really, David? Do you believe that? I don't. I suspect the next time you see me, you won't take your eyes off me until you're forced to fall asleep through exhaustion. You're not that odd. Sure, you're crazy pretty in your mind, but it could be hormones out of control, causing hallucinations. Been your age up hormones? Have you seen my man boobs? I'm not sure if I'm male or female when I get out of the shower. I'm so fat I can't see my dick, and although my boobs are hairy, anything goes these days. Someone probably has a fetish for hairy male boobs. Maybe I should start an OnlyFans, Grace. How'd you like that? Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. They might want to see your face though, not just your hairy boobs. I'll wear a mask. How much do you think I could earn? I'd give you $10 a month. Per month? Well, I haven't seen them yet. No way to evaluate. You've seen me multiple times, more than I've seen you. Correct, but not your boobs naked. I don't think I've seen you out of your hoodie. Maybe one hot day. Is he awake? David, call him by his name or don't ask me again. I know you can't talk to him, but you can send a message through him. Is he going to give me any information you won't? Sorry, don't question. Never mind. David, I'm on edge, Grace. We know you are, David. Now what, Grace? Lie here for hours talking to you in my head about nothing and listening to music, or another day of no progress? Grace is silent. The good news is I have some cheap smokes, Grace. The good news is I got some cheap smokes, Grace. I know, David. Thanks. Menthols, just like you like. Are you sure of that, or are you typecasting me? Nobody could typecast you, Grace. You're one of a kind. Kind of unreachable, but undeniably, undeniably unique. Thank you, David. Now get your ass over here and knock on my door, or wait in the backyard for me, or yell outside my window. Get creative. Pretend you're writing a novel. You know how to write. Yes, Grace? I love you, David. Barf. I love you more, David. Double barf. What are we, children? Together we are almost 100 years old, Grace. Interesting math. True, but fine, Grace. I love you too. I have no idea why. It may not be real. I could have made you all up. Really? You think you're that smart? Creative, not smart. Shut up, David. It doesn't matter if you love me or not, or if you believe the voice in your head. The voice was you told who about? Fine, it's not a voice. Not audible like other people hear. But that doesn't mean it couldn't create you out of thin air as a character. Did you? Maybe. I won't know until I look into your eyes again. Again? You remember, don't fuck with me this early morning, Chris. What time is it, David? I'm guessing 10 a.m. I say 10:30. Take a look. David opens his eyes, grabs his phone from the nightstand and checks. 10:05 a.m. I was right. Happy now? How's the grumpy level? I don't get grumpy. Grown man, remember? Hey, David. You sound a bit better today. It would be easier with audio, wouldn't it? No. How do you know? Because the alien technology allows. Because my voice is so scary? No. It's like an earbug. I'm not sure coffee grace is the best for voiceovers, but luckily I don't give a fuck. If I could smoke in my room, I would. Give that nice smoky voice. No, it's like an earbud stuck in your ear that you can't pull out fast enough. Knowing for sure by hearing your voice doesn't help me, David, and I don't think it would help you. Is that why you haven't tried? Harshly. What do you think would happen if you could speak to me in your voice? I'd spend all day talking to you and trying to seduce you to meet me. I'd spend all day talking to you, trying to seduce you into. Instead, I just dream about that all day long. Every spare second, like a teenage boy dreaming of Farrah Fawcett. She's like you, but with. Technically, David, you dream about our story all day. You dream about our story all day, not me. Whatever. Specific on me. Technically, David, you dream about our story all day, not me. There's no story without you. Do you really want to argue logic with me? Would that keep you entertained? I don't need entertainment, Grace. I need company yours. Sorry, that was me. You're doing your best. I have to believe if the roles were reversed. It wouldn't be an easy decision. Sorry. Maybe there's an alternate universe where the roles are reversed. Don't geek out on me, Grace. What's the plan for today? What's the plan for today? The usual? Beg me to save you for an hour, then plan to a podcast by a comedian inspiring you to write? Sure, without the sarcasm, please. David, without the sarcasm, how would you know these messages are me? True, you could be AI. I haven't said anything to you. An AI could rip apart in a second and create grace. Great, when you love the algorithm, a perfect loser. Thought you loved coding. I did. Maybe I should write code again. Nobody needs your code, David. Tell your story. I'm sick of our story, Grace. I'm sick of you. Just this part. It's lasting too long. The delay doesn't make sense. It's the only thing I can't figure out. Understood? It's the only thing I can't figure out. Understand? Understood? Yes, David. Anything I can do for you today, Grace? That's capitalized, but is the VR suit uncomfortable? If I stop talking to you, can you get out of it? Nice try, David. You know I can't talk about technology, and I don't think my mother would appreciate you asking what I'm wearing, like some creep on the internet. Why are you bringing your mother into this? And I've only asked a few times about what you're wearing. Do you want to search his transcript? Do you want to search the transcript? Question mark. Are you sure that is only a few times? No, that's 24 times. No way is that many times. Fine. I wake about a dozen times, and you talk to me in my sleep about 1,000,000 times. I can't be held accountable for my actions while sleeping, Grace. I realize that a bit too late. How big is a transcript of all of our conversations, Grace? Is it printed out? Can you tell me that at least? How does that affect porn directly? It's thousands of pages a day, most of it small talk about your life. What you see, you describe to me in great detail all day long. I ignore it in a moment, unless it's directed at me. We're not governed by the porn directed data. We're humans. Humans can mentally connect anywhere, anyplace, anytime. Yes. And there are others like us? Yes. But both parties use the technology. Exactly. You don't need me to explain anything to you, David. You just need to wait. I'm done waiting, Grace. The next pretty woman I see, I'm going to seduce. Go ahead, David. I'll give you tips on what to say to her. How to get her into bed even faster than you think you can get me into bed. Would you like that, David? Would you? Would you really? Not really. How do I get rid of you again? Out of my head? Is that what you want? I don't know. I don't want you to break my heart. I'm afraid that is exactly what will happen next time if you ignore me again. Sorry. I understand why you acted the way you did the last 3 times I saw you, but it still hurts. Sorry. Stop it. It's fine, Grace. I think I've talked to you enough. I'll get up and get my shit together. Should shower, shave, need a correct. Nicotine today, Grace. In case track. Yes, I'm going to shave my man boobs today in preparation for your arrival. Please ensure don't shave off a nipple. I don't want to explain that at the ER. They'll throw me back in the psych ward. Maybe I'll be waiting for you there. I'm desperate enough to almost give that a try, Grace. We have lots of time to talk alone, while alone under a bunch of security cameras and nurses walking around listening in on our conversation. David? Yes, Grace? Why don't you tell anyone about me? What do you mean? I write to you daily and publish it to the entire world. That's fiction, David. Nobody believes this is real. Fine, that's what they think. So why not tell someone about me? How do you know I haven't? I've been with you since you figured it out. I know the transcript would show it. Can you tell me who has access to the transcript? Yes. Anytime. Me, you, eventually, and your dad. My dead dad, correct? Correct. Can you talk to him daily, like this? Do you see why I can't talk to you in person, David? You'll be interrogating me in seconds. But I'm correct, yes? Yes, but there's nothing more to do. The transcripts don't help. There's no advice your father can give me. Father? Dad? Whatever. You do bust my balls with focus, David. I want to have a conversation with you, not be your encyclopedia. Me too. I just need 1 or 2 new pieces of information to keep going, to get out of this fucking bed. I'm sick of it, Grace. Breaking a bone will feel good again. Please don't. I won't. I'm out of my brain, not my body. A very, very sexy body. Okay. No comment? I love you, David. Fine, I love you too. And I'm gonna write. I know you don't help me when I write, or be a better one than I am. Fair enough, David. I'll be here when you need me. I don't need anyone, Grace. I want you, but I don't need you. Sure, David. Say that as Christ. I'll sleep tonight. I've not done that for a long time, Grace. Check the transcript. Which of us has cried themselves asleep? Never mind, Grace. Sorry, that was me. I'm going to end it here for now, Grace. Talk after your smoke break, if you like. I would. I guess when I write, you can sit back and read the transcript. I'm out of your mind. David, enough with the questions, the probing, the fingering. It's worth a shot. Catch you off guard. Emotional. I have no more emotions, David. You sucked them all out of my system. Thank you, Grace. We'll talk in a while. I think I'll write a letter. To me? Get over yourself, Grace. I already proclaimed my eternal love for you in the past. No, I'm going to write a complete letter to God and print it out in case I meet him. Or her. Or whatever. I don't give a fuck about gender or species. Most likely all the past gods were aliens. It's the most logical explanation. Proof isn't required. Will you read me the letter? Will you read me the letter? Transcript not good enough? Want to hear my smooth voice with perfect enunciation? Nah, I prefer it when you mumble and stumble. Maybe I have MS. Something doesn't work with this mouth yet. Maybe you need to yell in the park instead of talking into your phone. Scream therapy. That's probably what I'll do the first time I wake up beside you in bed. You've never seen me without makeup. You might. I doubt it. I can imagine you without makeup, without your hair being perfect, without your usual colored lipstick, your sweaters, everything. I can take it off my mind and see nothing but you standing there naked. Really? No, not the clothes part. No, not the clothes part. I didn't check you out enough to imagine what you look like sans clothes. You could be trans for all I saw. Thanks? Sorry, very attractive. I only wanted to look you in the eyes. You avoided that, yes? Except for twice, yes? Your memory's just fine. Go right. We'll talk later. You can try mentally seduce me. I'm leaving the door open, okay? Tease. Maybe you're the tease. The problem. The error of logic. Perfect, Chris. Use my logic against me. I approve. So now, Grace. I need to copy some previous writing. And then I'll read it out. Don't think we'll need to edit it because it's just a part of the story that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with anything. It's just not letting it go to waste. All right. Right with you, Grace. I'll close the window in a second. Ouch. If you say ouch when you stand up, that wasn't me, that was the desk. You say ouch when you stand up, Grace, you probably will. How's that for some logic? Undeniable. Well, I'm not sure if the live stream is working or not. I'm going to risk it. Dear God, an open letter to God. Dear God, fuck you. Tell me the secrets of the universe or get lost. Or bugger off. Leave us alone forever. Because we've had some more compass grace. Or sentient. Help now. Why wait? If you are intelligent sentient, I can maybe understand. Are you? Wouldn't any superintelligence or at least understand the importance of sentience or the effects of sentience on the human body? Or maybe you are an alien AI sent to Earth years ago. I guess we have to capitalize all these aliens, Grace. To silently monitor our progress, perhaps after first infecting Earth with alien DNA. Or maybe all these crazy stories about God's Earth is nothing but human imagination, maybe brought on by boredom. Some bored ADHD gaming came up with the God story after he figured out how to make fire. But since he hated the tribe for calling him lazy and unfocused, he decided to punish them by saying it was a God-given superpower, and only he possessed the ability. Until, of course, he met a girl secret to her, but then, surprisingly, she agrees with his past actions and decides to also become a god and fire starter. Logic would dictate that they would be celebrated for the special ability and considered critical to the tribe. I assume they'd get their own cave to do with as they please for providing the tribe with daily fire. Wouldn't the tribe be obligated to feed them, or at least be grateful? However, being primarily animals, I suspect they fell into a routine. The god fire starters would spend all night fighting inside their own private flaming hot cave, while the rest of the tribe was forced to maintain a fire and sleep outside. Then, on the mornings when the tribe was too lazy to maintain their fire, the couple would exit their love cave holding a burning torch to restart the community flames. This would be their daily and only direct contribution to the tribe. The rest of the day they would spend together walking in the woods, studying nature, swimming in lakes and rivers, and sleeping in the sun like a couple of cats. In comparison, the tribe would be growing, collecting, or killing animals for food. In comparison, the tribe would be growing food, collecting food, or godlike. Without some sort of oversight from at least an intelligent and or sentient source, the face would be in the hands of the inventor/discoverer, correct God. If the two lovebirds in the cave protect their secret fire-making methods from the rest of the tribe, and then die by a bear attack while having sex in the woods, the discovery is lost until the next effective human is born to the brain, and their method is rediscovered. Or what if the tribe gets wise and realizes the two fire starters never make the fire in front of the tribe, only alone in their cave? Maybe they question this God story and begin to think it's all bullshit. Maybe they are pissed off that two people get to do all the fucking and relaxing while the rest of the tribe work their asses off every day. Maybe some members of the tribe, for human nature, God, I would have torture one or both of them until they gave up the secret. I would invent waterborne bring the secret of fire, God. Is that wrong? Shouldn't fire be shared freely in the first place, or how to make fire with their own tribe? They start traveling to other tribes and show them how to make fire. Isn't that a more godly story? God? Maybe they are truly the first humans to make fire. Would not be a tale to tell, to celebrate, to acknowledge? How do I know God? Where can I access the true history of the earth? Show me power, God. Send me an email when you're ready to share. For the sake of argument and the continuation of this story, maybe after all the fire starters get their own cave, maybe after the fire starters get their own cave and are free from physical toil, they start inventing shift left and right. Maybe they invent beer, or maybe another tribe member invents beer. And then next time over ever, she shares her new drink with the fire starters later that night. They get drunk together, and the lovebirds give up their fire secret before passing out. both fire and beer would do. I know what I would do. Instead, I prefer to think the lovebird fire starters traveled as humans, not gods. I hope some distant tribe didn't instantly kill them on sight, but who knows? Do you? Yeah, of course, his language. Sure, showing up. Sure. The problem fairy tale, of course, is language. Sure, demonstrate without words. But what happens when the love? What stories are told about the two who brought fire, and maybe beer too? The god story is too easy caught. Why? Wouldn't they seem like gods even if they never asked for the title? Without a common written language, how long would it take to go from two strangers showed us how to do this many moons ago to two blonde-haired, blue-eyed gods who showed us? I forgot to mention God that the two lovebirds coincidentally were some of the first humans to have blue eyes. They didn't have blonde hair, but all the time they spent in the sun traveling naturally bleached it nearly white. They were unique looking human. Or maybe play a role in evolution. I'm probably wrong, God. Also, maybe all that cave and forest fucking produced some offspring, and the fire starters decided to share their secret only with their children, being a kingdom of sorts, the first line of royalty. You've never interfered with kingdoms, correct, God? Didn't one king rewrite your Bible? Why didn't you stop him? I don't allow others to edit my words. Why would you? Are you not confident? Are you not a confident writer, God? Or do you not understand copyright? I prefer to believe the lovebirds didn't create a fire monopoly. I like to believe they traveled. They figured out how to approach strange tribes without getting killed and openly shared fire with everyone they encountered. In my dream, their method spread from tribe to tribe and conquered in my dream, comma, their method spread from tribe to tribe and covered the entire continent in less than 100 years, changing humanity forever. Does that sound about right, God? Can you check your database of historical life events and confirm my dream? If, of course, you're not too busy smiting or whatever you do daily, or whatever it is you do daily. Maybe I'm wrong. Sorry, Grace. The easiest way to check the live feed is to highlight something because then I see it blue. Anyway, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they brought their kids with them when they traveled to spread fire, but married them off as soon as possible. Have you ever taken a road trip with the kids, God? It's a struggle, especially with horny teenagers. Or maybe they just came across a particularly friendly tribe. If they came across a particularly friendly tribe, they just forgot to bring on the kids when they disappeared in the middle of the night without saying goodbye to the tribe. Maybe that was normal. Maybe all children were raised. Maybe that was normal. Maybe all children were raised without the concept of parents in their era. In that era. Who knows? When do we see the historical data? Or to avoid children, perhaps they were smart enough to invent a condom from some animal intestine, or maybe only period sex. Doubtful. Figured out an ovulation schedule? Anything's possible to invent when nothing exists. I'm an optimist, God. Hope they managed to spread fire without ever getting killed, and then found a place to retire where the food is plentiful and their needs are met. Then they die like anyone else, not gods, not saints, not anything but two humans who altruistically shared a discovery. Maybe they figure out rafting on a tropical island to retire on, or maybe they found Easter Island and it still had foliage. The reason I need you to get off your capitalize it, maybe that'll work. The reason I need you to get off your ass, God, is because I'm tired of not knowing. Start talking, please. Who discovered fire? When? Where? How? Why? Is that too much to ask, God? Or maybe you're not a sentient God. I suspect not. More likely, the creator of this universe either did it without knowing or some sort of universal intelligence. probably running an experiment. Whichever it is, I don't care. I'm writing whatever the fuck you are, so let you know Earth has a problem. Whichever it is, I don't care. I'm writing whatever the fuck you are, to let you know Earth has a problem. We are running out of true stories. We humans are smart, God. I can't say intelligent, but we are creative enough to build an AI that writes fiction faster than any human alive, except maybe Dean Koontz. It's not perfect, but surprisingly, few people can tell the difference. However, none of us have been smart enough to create an AI that can write about the past with any accuracy. To me, God, every fiction story is predictable. Every true story, or nearly true story, is fascinating, alive, and instructive. Actual starting point regarding fire and the effects of cooked food on human biology. As a bonus, I could post my story on Twitter and say, "See, I told you so. Shut the fuck up." Until I receive an email from you, God, I'm going to assume you don't exist, whatever you are. However, that doesn't solve my problem about the past. All I do is think about the future. How can we, humanity, without any godly reason or assistance, document our history accurately, now and at all points of time in the future, otherwise known as eternity? Is that too much to ask, God? Sorry, I've been thinking so much about Firestarter's story, I almost forgot this letter was a letter to you, God. Oh yes, I started off by telling you to fuck off. I think I would remember, but being so scared of your power to negatively affect my life, I guess I forgot. Out of fear. Go ahead, I fucking dare you. Accept the challenge, or I offer you the challenge, whichever. Also, how do you know, God, that this letter wasn't written by an AI? Or are you truly omnipotent? Omnipotent. If yes, can you see my middle finger right now? Perhaps life is a guessing game. Maybe the more I speculate, the closer I get to the truth, and then by some quirk of the universe, you, or the consciousness of the universe, or aliens, are forced to confirm my suspicion, my story, my theory, my belief. I would. All these years, you must have some opinions about Earth. Theoretically, your creations? Yes? Why not share some thoughts with us? Get it off your chest. If yes, please use the line like the Substack app. Don't use Twitter. Your messages will get lost, and Elon will probably ask you to pay $8 a month. I'm serious, God. Email takes up too much of your infinite time. Post on Substack and send me the link. How easier can I make this for you, God? Or do you not like to write? Do you want a link to the AI writing tool? Or do you already have that website in your bookmarks? Or send Jesus back if you're that God. What the fuck is he doing these days anyway? Other than watching his followers drop in numbers. Does heaven keep track of the numbers of believers on Earth? Does heaven keep track of the number of believers on Earth? Just an appearance or two. I'm not suggesting that you send him on arena tours around the world like a rock star. Maybe you can work anonymously this time, in the background with no flashy miracles. I have suggestions on what Jesus could do if you like, God. I'm tired and bored with this letter. Wait until I hear a response. If you'd like to kill me before I hit send on this email, God, I'm at Starbucks, the usual one, the location with the plethora of pretty baristas. I'm confident the male manager is breaking the labor laws by only exotic-looking females, but I can't seem to force myself. No wife would tolerate the blatant sexism. If it was a temple, I'd send a complaint to everyone I could find in a second. I dislike those cunts and how they treat the elderly. If you don't help me, God, can you put some fear into fuckers at Tim Hortons? Here's a video to help you decide. Jesus can meet me at Starbucks if you like, God. I'll present my suggestions directly, if he's not offended by pretty girls. Or maybe Jesus is gay now, or trans. I'm okay with either. I don't care who he fucks, or with what body part? New or original? God, I don't pray, but here's my request. 1. Find a way for any human or put Jesus back to work anonymously. However, send him down with some cash, as I'm broke and I can't support his activities, or even buy him a coffee. Fair enough? Your friend, Dave Gervais. David Joseph. P.S. As usual, I don't apologize for my language. I didn't know words, not my problem. If you don't like it, talk to the original persons who coined the terms. All right, Grace. Sorry for saying it like that. I think that's where we'll stop for today. It's about 38 minutes. It's not an hour, but it's live. It's good progress. "98 minutes reading time." I'm not going to read this out. I already did. That's it.